Mind reading is a complex art because each one of us is unique in our own way. So for that reason, before we move on to anything else, we should first focus on something that's tangible, a thought that cannot change. I'm going to have you think of a memory, something vivid, something you can remember as if it was yesterday, a happy memory. If you'd like to take a moment to just close your eyes and imagine drifting back in time to this memory. And I don't want you to tell me anything about this place or this person, but is there a person that's in this memory with you? I want you to take a moment just to look into their eyes. And you can take a deep breath in and open your eyes as you exhale. Perfect. How was that? Good?
Yeah, good. Yeah.
Now, I read energy through a process called psychometry. So what I'm going to get you to do is write down a few details about this memory here and then hold the card face down. I'll turn away because I don't want to see what you're writing. With you, Marie, we're going to do something a little bit different. Once the gates are open, it should be easier for me to pick up on something more intangible. And we'll just wait for Mark to finish his writing. Okay, you can turn it face down. Great. So I'm going to place this in my wallet where I keep everything else that's valuable so that it's safe. So with you, Marie, they say that goals are ever-changing. They're almost like fleeting thoughts, because every time we move up the ladder, new goals are in sight. I'm going to ask you to think about a goal. It could be something you've always wanted to do, it could be a job that you'd love to work, or even a person that you'd like to meet. So if you'd like to close your eyes for me now, sort through all of those thoughts, and see if you can focus in on one that you'd like to work with today. You can nod your head when you've got something in mind. Perfect. And once again, I'm going to have you write it down for me, if you could. If it's, for instance, a person you want to meet, you could just write their name. If it's a place you want to go to, you can just write the name of the place. But just write down a little detail there, and we'll put it in the wallet alongside Mark's card to keep it safe as well. Turn the card face down whenever you're ready. Perfect. Wonderful. And we will place this inside here as well. Now, if you'd like to hold your hand out for me, and if you'd like to hold your hand over top, we're going to place the wallet inside here. So this should create a connection between all three of us and the thoughts that you're focusing on. You know, some cultures believe that, well, still to this day, that when you take a photo of someone, it steals a part of their soul. The same kind of thing happens when you commit something to paper that's got an intense emotion behind it. So not only does the ink soak into the fibers, also some of that energy from that thought. If I can begin to understand this energy, I should be able to understand what it is that you're thinking about. So we'll try that now. And straight away, I'm getting a really vivid picture. So I think this is you, Mark. There's a lot of activity going on. You're running around. You're much younger than you are now. I believe you're playing football, correct?
Yeah.
This is you when you were younger playing football.
It is, yeah.
I'm just going to write a little something down. You can hold that. And we'll come back to that in a moment. First of all, though, we'll try and get your thought, Marie. So, once again, I'm getting so much at the moment. I think you're probably the kind of person that thinks and thinks and thinks about things like 1,000 times. Like you almost consider yourself a bit of an overthinker when it comes to some situations. So we'll just try and focus in on the thought that you write down. So try and clear your mind and just focus on the thought that you wanted to focus on today. And I can see you're a very creative person. There's an element of performance here, but that's not what this is about. It's music. Can I take a card? Sorry. I think I've got it. It's not performing music. I think it's something like this. What is it you were thinking of?
Well, you want me to tell you what I wrote down?
Yeah, you can tell me what it is.
I said write an album.
Write an album.
A music album, yeah. But I would say that you're pretty correct.
You may be thinking about videos as well. Is that correct?
Performance, yeah.
Yeah.
And things like that, yeah. I've got kind of. But I just put down something that would be very specific rather than confuse you.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I think because you were thinking about all of the elements of that, that's what was giving me the idea. Like I could see you performing, so I assumed it was a video, but then it all kind of came into focus, and what I wrote was write an album. And then, but I was struggling to hone in on some information. You were thinking of a person that you were doing this with. I'm assuming it was someone that you were playing football with. Yeah. Who was that person?
That was my brother, Peter.
Your brother, Peter. And that's exactly.
Oh my God.
Well, thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.
You've been great. Thanks
Thank
so
you.
much.
Amazing. I didn't expect that.
No,
I didn't expect that he would actually. I
Spot
thought
on.
not that I did, not that I don't believe his ability. It's quite specific.
Very specific.
Very specific, and a very short amount of time. It wasn't like, okay, we're going to plan this for like how long. It was just literally this, like
I guess we're
simple steps.
Quite easy to read, then, apparently, aren't we? Yeah, no, but absolutely brilliant. No idea how we did it. It was great.
It was really impressive.
Yeah.